every now and again there's some sort of discourse on whether children should be in public spaces or not. Um, I get it. Sometimes they can be disruptive, or some places it really is inappropriate for a kid to be. Um, but like also, it's like a lot of people feel very comfortable being disparaging and even hateful towards children, which is really weird and not okay. And I can't remember who said it, but someone pointed out that a lot of dis dislike for children is just really ableism, because they it's certain things children cannot do because they're children and they just aren't done developing. They can't always control their impulses. They may have a meltdown. Um, they don't know all the social rules because they just got here. And also, some people may be neurodivergent, and they feel like, well, not feel like, but children, the things that children can do may be dysregulating for them themselves, like maybe certain noises or certain behaviors that children tend to do. But like, I think if you're an adult, you need to like work on building the tools and the skills to work on that, because just like you, children beings are human and they have a right to exist in public. But also a big part of that is parents. Like, children are learning how to be people and how to behave in general society. They, as a parent, it's your job to teach your kids how to act, and a lot of parents don't do that. And I think that's what's causing a lot of these problems. And that just kind of reminded me of something that happened like 2 years ago. I was in a fast food restaurant and I had ordered some type of drink, like a specialty drink, like a frozen latte or frozen, not frozen, but like, cold drink. And it looked good. And my drink had got there before my food. And I'm standing there with my drink on the counter waiting for my food. And a little boy of about the age of 6, he sees it and it looks good. And it's just sitting there, and he reaches out to like kind of touch it. And then he stops himself. And he looks at me, because I was looking at him. And then he looks at me and he puts his hand back and he's like, "Oh, that looks really good." And I was like, "Yeah, it does." And I'm just thinking, like, that was good impulse control for somebody his age. Because at that age, you're learning what to do and what not to do. But you don't always have the impulse control to stop yourself from doing the things that you aren't supposed to do. But it seems like that's something he was taught and something he was learning. So even though his parents were right, they weren't looking at him, they didn't really see what happened. I didn't feel the need to say something to his parents or anything, because he clearly at some point was told what to do and what not to do. So I didn't really feel like anything needed to be said. Also, in my opinion, there are far more places where dogs don't belong than there are where children don't belong.